So which brings us to the other part of your life. Tell us about your community involvement. Why did you get started in the community?
Why? I'm not sure, but it's pretty deep. I'm going to talk to you about only four things today. I could talk to you about a lot, but let me talk to you about four.
Okay.
The first one was they formed a Human Rights Commission in Stamford. And that was originally under Mayor Tom Mayers, but it was really brought to life under the first Jewish mayor of Stamford, Julius Walensky. And I got on the Human Rights Commission and became its chairman. And these were interesting times, of course, because when I was on the Human Rights Commission, chairman, we had the Martin Luther King shooting and riots. And most people don't remember in Stamford, but there were riots. And we did a very interesting thing. There were 9 commissioners. We got out in the community all night, and we had a place, a warehouse. The city had a warehouse, and the police agreed with us. We worked with the police, and instead of arresting people, we took them off the streets in cars. We didn't use police cars, we used private cars. And we took them to this warehouse where we had cots. Didn't arrest them, just kept them off the streets, which nobody knew about. And the riots, there was 2 nights of riots, and it quieted down. And they just went back into the community.
Wasn't that dangerous?
No, it wasn't at that time, because there were no guns. It wasn't guns, it was just rowdy. The policemen protected us. I mean, and we said, we didn't tell them what we were gonna do with them. But instead of taking them to jail, we took them to this warehouse. And we took quite a few off the streets. And the city quieted down. It was a very interesting time. And Stamford, it didn't get out of hand. And the Human Rights Commission was a very interesting experience. It had a paid staff. The staff was 5 people. We'd hear cases. People would bring complaints of the different, where there was prejudice, either in the schools or other places, at work. We listened to them. We actually had, when I was on the commission, we finally got injunctive powers. Well, we could force people to testify. And it was one of the first in the country. And I think Louise Stern was here, knows something about the Human Rights Commission, because I think Mel was on it at one time.
He was, said of it.
But it was a very interesting.
Did the people who came to the commission, did you largely hear complaints from the African American community or from the white community?
Well, mostly African American, but we had some white complaints too. But it was a good thing to simmer down things and try to correct things. Could be school, could be work, could be in government. We were one of the first communities in the country, if I remember correctly, to have a Human Rights Commission. So I spent quite a few years as chair. And, this is an example. We put out a report every year, an annual report. Talked about some of the things we did, some of the cases we ran. And it was the members of the Human Rights Commission was a very interesting group, because we had 2 or 3 blacks on it, 2 or 3, I think there were 2 Jewish, and the rest of the community, but they were prominent people in the community. It's funny, some of them are still, most of them aren't here now, but John Zolinsky was on it. That was his first. It's amazing.
Yeah. He was on it when Mel was there too.
Yeah, amazing to see his name. But the prominent, the vice chair was Mrs. Nathaniel Dickerson. And her husband was a television performer. Her name was Ellen Dickerson, and she was very active, and that was a great time. Was she on when Mel was on?
I don't think so.
No. But she was the vice chair. And then we had subcommittees, which were a lot of people from the community came on to look into certain situations. So this was a big activity.
So you actually were involved in the community even before you resigned from your full-time job.
Oh, this was way before that.
Yeah, this was in the 60s.
This was in the 60s because Martin Luther King was shot in 68.